Announcing the commencement of the first purge.
I want you to change the world, and don't think that this is going to happen peacefully or you can do it alone. We need to kill the rich. You get out there, you use your weapons, and you rip Washington apart. You hunt down the billionaires, the bank bosses, the CEOs, the scumbags and the liars, the governors, the lobbyists, the senators, because they're all the same, and you hang them.
Just remember all the good the purge does.
Good morning, everyone. May 23rd, 2018. I'm Eric. How are you all doing? I hope you're well. When things fall apart, a graduation message for a dark age. This comes from John Whitehead of the Rutherford Institute. Those coming of age today will face some of the greatest obstacles ever encountered by young people. In addition to being overtaxed and underemployed, they will also be forced to march in lockstep with a government that no longer exists to serve the people, but which demands they be obedient slaves or suffer the consequences. Unfortunately, we who should have known better, but we failed to guard against such a future. Worse, we neglected to maintain our freedoms or provide our young people with the tools necessary to survive, let alone succeed, in the impersonal jungle that is modern America. Based on the current political climate, things could very well get much worse before they ever take a turn for the better. Here are a few pieces of advice that will hopefully help those coming of age today survive the perils of the journey that awaits. Be an individual. As John F. Kennedy warned, conformity is the jailer of freedom and the enemy of growth. Worry less about fitting in with the rest of the world and march to the beat of your own conscience. Learn your rights. We're losing our rights for one simple reason. Most of us don't do anything about our freedoms. So grab a copy of the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, study them, and stand up for your rights before it's too late. I'm going to stop right there for a moment. Your rights are not given to you by the Constitution. You are born with your rights. Every human being on the planet has these rights. Unfortunately, most people do not exercise them. Most people will not fight back against the governments stealing their rights from them. Speak truth to power. Don't be naive about those in positions of authority. People in power, more often than not, abuse that power. To maintain our freedoms, this will mean challenging government officials whenever they exceed the bounds of their office. Resist all things that numb you. Resist all things that numb you, put you to sleep, or help you cope with the so-called reality. As George Orwell warned, until they become conscious, they will never rebel, and until after they rebel, they cannot become conscious. It is these conscious individuals who change the world for the better. Don't let technology turn you into zombies. Techno-gadgets are merely distractions from what's really going on in America and around the world. If you're going to make a difference in the world, you're going to have to pull the earbuds out, turn off the cell phones, and spend much less time viewing screens. Help others. None of us can exist very long without helping or without help from others. If we're going to see any positive change for freedom, that we must help one another. That will mean gaining the courage to stand up for the oppressed. Give a voice to moral outrage. As MLK Jr. said, our lives begin to end the day we become silent about the things that matter. There is no shortage of issues on which to take a stand. Choose one and start making your voice heard. Cultivate spirituality, reject materialism, and put people first. Pitch in and do your part to make the world a better place. Don't rely on someone else to do the heavy lifting for you. Say no to war. Addressing the graduates at Binghamton Central High School in 1968, Twilight Zone creator Rob Sterling declared, "Too many wars are fought almost as if by wrote, too many wars are fought out of sloganry, out of battle hymns, out of aged, musty appeals to patriotism that went out with knighthood and moats. Do not accept the shedding of blood as a natural function or a prescribed way of history, even if history points this up by its repetition. Find another means that does not come with killing your fellow man." I'm going to have to disagree with that one. Some people are so evil, the only thing that could be done with them is killing them. And finally, prepare yourselves for what lies ahead. The demons of our age, some of whom disguise themselves as politicians, delight in fomenting violence, sowing distrust and prejudice, and persuading the public to support tyranny disguised as patriotism. Overcoming the evils of our age will require more than intellect and activism. Yeah, it's going to require a whole lot more, and anyone who thinks that it's not going to require bloodshed is naive. Very naive. Again, these people are the equivalent to serial killers. If you were captured by Jeffrey Dahmer, which you are, just a different Jeffrey Dahmer, what would you do to escape the clutches of that particular individual? Would you fight till your last breath? If so, then you should probably be taking this position now, because we are ruled over by a bunch of inbred serial killers who want us dead. So, and the longer we wait, the worse it's going to be on our children. The longer we wait, the harder it's going to be. So, you know, we are at that turning point where either we do something about it, or the future for ourselves and our children is pretty much lost and going to be filled with ugliness that our children will have to deal with. Now, do any of you out there have children? Let me tell you, I do. I have a little girl and a son. and the sun and the sun. So I don't want them to have to face what we neglected to take care of. It's our duty, not theirs. I hope you all have a great day. Kill the state before it kills you.